Earlier today, I visited Fort McMurray with Premier Notley and Indigenous leaders. It was the first time I'd visited since the wildfires passed through the city. It was a very powerful experience. Together, we had a chance to see both the incredible destruction that was the result of the fire and many of the homes and businesses that are still standing, thanks to the efforts, incredible efforts, of first responders. As of right now, we don't know how long that will take. We don't know exactly what kinds of resources will be needed, though we now have a much better sense of the scope of the devastation. The fire destroyed approximately 2,400 structures and damaged over 500 more. The important work of figuring out when and where and how we can start to rebuild has only just begun. This fire was it was the efforts of the firefighters that prevented us from losing 85% of the municipality. The fact is, people understand there was a massive wildfire around Fort McMurray, and when they see that it turns out less houses were burnt and less damage was done than before, they might have said, oh, it was just the images of the fire that seemed like much. I have spoken with the first responders, the firefighters, who detailed just how many interventions were made at various points, strategic moments, that ended up saving neighborhoods and indeed large portions of the community. And that's the story that Canadians don't yet understand. When I first got a chance to fly over the community, the first thing you notice is the smoke, is the haze, is the smell in the air, that even from the airport, which was untouched, you can tell that the scale and the scope of what just happened. And then as you fly over initially, you notice the blackened forest that surrounds Fort McMurray. Every section of the boreal forest around it is scarred with black stripes or entire swaths of burned out trees and hillsides. Great leaps that the fire must have made across the river that lead you to imagine what it must have looked like as it was burning at its peak. And the idea that there were firefighters rushing towards that blaze as the entire world must have seemed on fire is amazing.